Welcome into episode 17 of season 2 of the Inside the Dam podcast here, brought to you by Papa John's, our sponsor. You can find them online by searching Papa John's Minot or over the phone at 701-852-7272. That's 852-PAPA to place an order over the phone. A big thanks to Papa John's for sponsoring the podcast. Hi, everyone. I'm your co-host, Owen Patterson. I'll be joined by Siriana Godinho in just a few moments. And a big thank you to our producer, Cole Clementich, putting the show together each and every week. Our three guests featured today on the podcast, Cameron Schmidt and Makena Welby of the women's hockey team, and Lauryn DeGuzman from softball. First guest today, sophomore forward from Bismarck, North Dakota, Cameron Schmidt. I know it's tough when the season comes to an end, but pretty good way to end it, I'd say.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's just go right where I was just talking, the national tournament, ACHA national runners-up. I know not the finish everybody wants, but still a heck of a time at the tournament, I have to believe.
Yes, it was. It was actually a thrill. It's tiring, but it was fun.
I know it's one of the longer seasons hockey is when you look at the collegiate sports. The start of the season, you're finding your footing, and then you guys got hot right there in the middle of the season, put together a couple of wins when it mattered most at the very end of the season. Was there kind of like something you could point out that kind of made that switch, or was it just, we're just playing good hockey and winning games?
I think it was more of the second one. I think beginning of the season we had a pretty bumpy road, and then after the break it just got better and something clicked and we became a better team.
You end off to St. Louis, and talking specifically about the national tournament, you had some interesting matchups there. 3 games before the championship go to overtime. You come out victorious in all of them. What was the key to the success in the extra period and just keeping your endurance all the way through?
I think it was just the mindset we all had going in. I think it was a lot of heart. We all just wanted to do good and win those games, and it showed, and the hard work just came out on top.
You make it to a national championship game. Just what's the emotions before puck drop for an ACHA national championship?
I think a lot of us were just really excited. I mean, there was some nerves, but we were all just excited to be there, and we wanted to finish out on a good note, and yeah.
You come back to Minot and you got a whole celebration here for you. Just what's that sense of accomplishment? We did something really, really spectacular.
It's nice to know that we have a good community back home cheering us on, and that people are actually watching and excited for us. That's a good feeling to come back to after national championship game.
Talking more personally here, where you come from, Bismarck, North Dakota, what's the hockey like there? How did you get into hockey?
I got into hockey because my older brother played, so my parents just threw me on skates too, and I ended up liking it. The hockey back home is pretty good. There wasn't a lot of girls that played hockey when I was in high school, but now there's another team, so it's expanding, hopefully.
And then coming up here to Minot, how did that come into fruition? How did you choose to play for the Beavers?
I just chose because it was the closest thing to home. I wanted to stay pretty close, and they had good hockey. I knew a couple girls before that play on the team with me, so just easy like that.
And here at MSU, what are you studying?
Elementary education.
And how did you choose that field?
I've just always liked hanging out around with kids and helping them. I nannied in the summer a couple times, so that was easy indicator, and I just enjoy kids.
Here at MSU, what's something you like to do away from studies and away from hockey? What's that thing you found here in Minot or even on campus?
I don't know, just hanging out with my team, I guess. Finding things to do. I don't know. There's not really much to do. Hockey takes up my whole time.
That's probably a good thing, though. You probably like that.
Yeah.
All right. Going back to the season for one final couple of questions here. Talk about the team aspect of it. What's it like in the locker room with that team?
The team's really fun, actually. We all get along pretty well. It's always laughs. I mean, we're a team. We're always together, so there is some, headbutting, but that's just on the ice. When we come off, we're all friends, and it's a fun time.
Practice is probably pretty competitive with a team like you. What's some of the top lessons that you've learned on ice that you carry with you, even away from the sport?
Just having patience with people, knowing that, things might not be going their way that day, and it's okay. It happens to all of us, and just a lot of patience, and yeah.
Cameron, anything else you got for the podcast?
No.
All right. Thank you for joining us, Cameron. Cameron Schmidt, sophomore forward from Bismarck, North Dakota on the MSU women's hockey team. We'll be back in just a few moments with Makena Welby, a junior forward on the hockey team. Another big thank you to Papa John's for sponsoring this podcast. They're proud to sponsor the Inside the Dam podcast. Again, you can search for them online at Papa John's Minot or over the phone at 701-852-7272. That's 852-PAPA to place an order over the phone. Big thanks to Papa John's one more time for sponsoring this podcast. Back in a bit with Makena Welby and Siriana Godinho.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Inside the Dam podcast. I'm Siriana Godinho. I'd like to thank Owen for the nice introduction. And before we get started, we want to just give always a shout out to Papa John's Pizza, always sponsoring us and feeding us. So if you ever want to reach out, give them a call at 701-852-72. That's 852-PAPA. And here we have, scoring 7 goals this season for our Minot State women's hockey team, we have Makena Welby. Hello, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you. So, junior forward, what's it like playing hockey overall?
I mean, I've played ever since I was little. I feel like it sounds soft, but it's like more than just a game almost to me. I mean, it's been my whole life for the last like 14 years almost. So, I mean, I enjoy it. It's like everything.
How'd you get thrown on? Like, how did hockey start then?
Well, my family's very athletic. So, I mean, my dad played hockey. So when I was like 4, probably even smaller than that, I was just thrown on the ice, and ever since then I've just loved it. I wanted to play, wanted to keep going, so yeah.
Okay, that's cool. And so just talking about that ACHA tournament, just overall, what was that tournament like for you guys? And obviously it didn't end the way you wanted to, but just how was it overall just to get to play and all that?
Well, I feel like at the beginning of the season, we played some tough games, some tough teams. I feel like at first we weren't really sure. We were just kind of hoping we made it to nationals. And then going into the tournament with the 3 overtime wins, I feel like we built a lot of momentum. And I feel like it was just a really exciting turn of events, and everyone worked really hard. And I feel like it was a really cool experience just to like get to that championship game again. And yeah, obviously it wasn't really the outcome that we wanted, but I mean, I couldn't be more proud of the way we did. And I feel like overall it was a really good experience.
And just that game against Michigan, you scored that like game-tying goal just to send the team to overtime again and getting the chance to win that game. What did it feel like scoring that goal?
Honestly, I like looked up at the clock and there's like 14 seconds left, and Miner goes, "Okay, get out there." And I remember I was like, I'm standing right in front of the net. I hear a girl say, "Just hold it on the boards," and I'm just sitting there praying like someone just throw the puck in the slot. And I didn't even think about it. I just shot, and I honestly was like, I didn't know how to feel. I was like, no way. I was praying that they counted it, and then honestly, I had so much adrenaline that, yeah, it was crazy. It's a pretty cool feeling for sure.
Yeah, and then going into that semifinal game, what was the mentality going into that game, knowing you're playing against Liberty University, knowing what happened that previous season, losing in that championship game to them?
I think that because, well, knowing like how last year turned out, we definitely wanted revenge for sure. And we played them earlier in the season. We split with them, so we definitely know like they're a very good team, but we have a good team as well. And I feel like that we can compete with anyone. And so going into that, like I said before, we had those 2 previous games where we won an OT with like a lot of momentum, adrenaline. I feel like we were ready. We were ready to go, and we were just excited, taking like day by day. But I feel like we were ready for it, and we were dialed.
Yeah, and I actually got to speak with Coach Ryan a couple days before, and he was just talking about how Liberty University won the 5 times in a row, basically. So you're the reason why they didn't even get that 6th time. How did that feel, just to like knock them out in general?
That was a big accomplishment for us. And like obviously we didn't get the results we wanted with the championship game, but I feel like that alone was huge for us. We were all really excited. So
yeah, and then knowing that you have a team that's back-to-back championship game material. So like going into this new season now, like what do you think is going to be the overall mentality of the team, just knowing you have what it takes basically?
Well, the fact that we are so close, like, we are right there. It's just, like, and every year we want it. And I feel like coming into this next season, we're obviously going to miss our seniors a lot. But I'm excited for our new freshmen to come in. And I feel like we just have to, right off the bat, build, like, a good atmosphere and energy in the room. And I feel like we just have to keep riding off that. And I'm really excited for next year. And I feel like we are going to do very well.
And when you're talking about, like, bringing in freshmen and like that, is it quite quickly where the team gets along? Does Coach Ryan do anything to make sure the team gets along, like, kind of right away?
Well, definitely being in Minot, it's like a small community. We're always together all the time. Right after the start of the year, we do a lot of team building stuff. So, I mean, like, we'll do that. But, like I said, we're together a lot. And we really, like, value, like, that team, like, relationship. Like, everything's about team. So I feel like they won't have any problem fitting in. All of our girls are very welcoming, and we're just one big family. So we'll be good.
That's really good. Do you room with any of your teammates?
Actually, I room with Cameron Schmidt.
Oh, okay. So you guys came here together?
We came here together, yeah.
She a good roommate?
She is a good roommate, yeah.
You guys clean and everything? Or?
Oh, yeah. She kind of smells a little bit, but
okay.
Just kidding.
She won't listen to this. She won't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Just going into a little bit academics, you're majoring in
Nursing.
Okay, what got you into that?
Ever since I was little, I wanted to do something in the medical, and I love helping people. Honestly, I like being able to make a difference. Like, knowing that I can do something that, like, helps someone make a difference is, like, huge to me, and I love doing that. So I knew right away that I wanted to do something like nursing, or actually, my plan is to continue on in med school. So
Okay.
that's the ultimate goal, but yeah.
Are you good with, like, needles and all that kind of stuff?
Yes, I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
How about dealing with, like, little kids?
I love little kids, so
Okay.
so yeah.
That part, I was like a little kid that cried all the time getting shots and all that. So I'm just curious on, like, how you would do.
Yeah, no,
How are your classes been so far in this semester?
they've been really good. We have great profs, and yeah, the nursing program is really good too, because it's very, like, personal almost. Like, it's not like a big classroom where you have, like, 30 kids. Like, it's very, like, hands-on, and I really enjoy it.
And are your professors also, like, you know, you're in season 2 and all that. Was it easy to balance the academics while being in season?
Sometimes it definitely gets difficult, like, managing everything and prioritizing things, but both my professors, they're super understanding. They're super supportive. Honestly, all of the nursing program teachers and everyone like that, they're very supportive of us, and they followed along all our games, and were texting me, and they're very, like, if I needed something, I could text them and be like, hey, they're very understanding too, so I was very helpful.
Okay, that's good. And just getting to know Makena a little more, do you have any favorite spots here in Minot since you've been here for a while?
Honestly, I don't know if I have a favorite. Really, I love hanging out with the girls, I guess. So I like the rink too.
Okay.
I like hanging out with the rink a lot, but other than that, Minot's awesome. There's so many things to do in Minot, so it's definitely been an awesome home for the last 3 years. But
what are any plans after Minot? Do you want to stay here? Are you trying to leave?
I think after Minot, I want to, like I said, continue onto more school.
Mm.
So I'm not sure if I'm going to go back up to Canada for that, or if I'm going to stay in the States. I'll probably go home and take more school there, but yeah, I'll probably end up staying at home.
Are you getting a little homesick while you're here?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I see my parents like every month-ish probably, so
Okay.
it's good.
Good balance, at least.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to, like, get a little more to know you, do you have any favorite foods?
I like steak.
Steak? Just how do you like it cooked?
Like, I don't really like that much pink, so I'd rather have it cooked,
Okay, like a well done? Or
Yeah,
something?
probably medium well or well done. Yeah, I also love sushi, so
Oh, do you like actual raw fish? You can eat that?
if I know it's like in sushi, then I like whatever, I'll eat it. But if it's just like a raw fish, like on the table,
Probably not.
I'd probably be like,
Okay, is there any sushi places here?
There's like Indie Asia,
Okay.
so I've been there a few times.
What do you rate it?
It's like pretty good. I hope they're not like watching this, like, yeah, it's good.
Okay. Any last shout outs you want to give to your teammates, Cameron, your roommate?
Honestly, just again, just proud of the girls and how everything went this year. And like I said, we're going to miss our seniors, but excited for our freshmen. So it's about.
Okay. I hope they all listen in and
Yeah.
know that they're loved. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for joining me today. And we would like to also thank Papa John's Pizza for sponsoring us. So also reach out to them at 701-852-7272. When we come back, we'll have Owen speaking with Lauryn DeGuzman from Elk Grove, California. Thank you.
And welcome back to the Inside the Dam podcast, episode 17 of season 2. Our third and final guest of the day from the MSU softball team, redshirt senior Lauryn DeGuzman. Thank you for joining us, Lauryn.
Thank you for having me.
All right, getting the season underway a couple of weeks ago. Now you're into March and conference play. How's the season kind of progressing at this point?
Honestly, it's been great. We had a great start and then had a little bit of a rough patch in the middle of the season, and then we came back last weekend for our first conference games, and we did great.
A 4-game sweep.
Mm-hmm.
I know you had a pretty successful weekend going 7 for 10. How was that last 4-game stretch for you guys?
Honestly, we went in with a ton of energy. Like, our dugout especially was just amazing, and like we were super excited for our first conference games, and we just went out there and we played some pretty good softball.
Scheduled for some home games this week, hopefully. I know the weather has taken a bit of a turn back to what it was like in January before the season started. Any hopes of playing outdoors this weekend?
Honestly, we probably won't be outside. We probably will be in the bubble, though, so they're still going to be home games probably, but just in the bubble.
Yeah, still games anyway. They're going to count. For you specifically, fifth-year senior with the softball team, what's it been like over the course of your career here with the Beavers?
Honestly, it's been great. Like, I've learned so much from the older girls, and now like giving back to the younger girls, and just being a part of a program where like everyone is so close and like just everyone takes care of each other. It's been really good.
You missed the 2022 and 2023 season, but you've come back kind of right where you left off, batting .409 to start the season. How's that return to play kind of been for you?
Honestly, it was pretty nerve-wracking at first. That first weekend was my first games in like 3 years, and yeah, I just kind of went out there and I was like, you know what, like this is like it's been a while, but like nothing's changed. It's still a game that I've been playing for the past however many years since I was like 8 years old. So yeah, I just went out there and I just had fun, and yeah.
Even not on the field, when you weren't playing games, did you kind of take on like a different role in the dugout, in the locker room?
Honestly, yeah, like last year I was able to sit back and kind of just watch, and it helped me learn a lot about like our team, and just like it kind of gave me a different perspective on the game, I guess. I got to like just be there to support my teammates, and like I took on that kind of role, and it helped me learn a lot about the game.
I know it's probably tough being off of the field for so long, but let's talk about your history with softball. Where did you kind of pick up the sport, and how do you say, yeah, this softball is something I can do really, really well?
So I started playing t-ball when I think I was like 4. My brother's younger than me, but he wanted to play t-ball, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, I also played like other sports too, so I was just like, I'll just add on this, and kind of just stuck with it, I guess.
And how did you find Minot?
They recruited me, I think it was my junior year of high school. And then Alina Gonzalez, she played here too. She played for 4 years out here. She had already committed there, so I was just like, okay, like I'll come on my visit out here, and like I ended up liking it, and yeah, now I've been here for 4 years now.
You came here to Minot State. Academically, what are you studying?
I'm a corporate fitness and wellness management major, and then a business management major as well.
And how did you kind of settle on those?
Well, honestly, I had no idea what I wanted to do going into college, and then my freshman year, I just kind of realized that I wanted to do something that like involved athletes, and like working out is one of my like passions. I love working out, so I decided to major in corporate fitness, and then I realized that I wanted to kind of have my own business, so like that's where the business part came in. So my end goal is to run like my own athletic training facility, basically.
All right, and I'm assuming after college, are you thinking of sticking around here or going, California is where your home state is? Is that kind of the plan?
Yeah, honestly, I probably will not be staying in North Dakota. It's a little too cold here for me, but yeah, I'll probably end up doing something in California.
But in the time you've been here in North Dakota, what do you have to say about the state and the city of Minot in general?
Honestly, I love the community out here. Like, everyone is great. And I especially love, like, how close all the athletes are and everything. So other than it being cold, like, I've really enjoyed my experience out here.
That's what most people say. It's just cold. And you'll get over it in time. But going back to studies again, what's something that you've learned in softball that you use in the classroom?
Honestly, like, it's the hard work ethic. Like, you just need to, like, stay organized, be on top of everything, and just, like, work hard for your grades and on the field. Like, yeah.
Away from the field and away from studies, what's something that you enjoy doing here in Minot? Is that hanging out with teammates? Is that, have you found a spot here that you really enjoy?
Yeah, honestly, my teammates and I hang out a lot. Like, there's definitely, like, we actually do this thing called lunch buddies. So, like, each girl will pair up with a different person, and then that's their lunch buddy for the week, and they're, like, they have to go out to, like, lunch or, like, a meal or something where it's just the two of them, and that helps you get, like, really close to all of your teammates across the board. So, yeah, that helps build a lot of relationships and everything, and that's really helpful.
So how did something like that come about? When did that start?
That was actually put on by our coach 2 years ago, Nat Wagner. He had that idea, and I think, like, it just kind of stuck with us. Like, it's not really run by the coaches anymore. It was run by him at first, but now it's kind of run by the girls. And so, yeah, like, we all think that kind of helps us have, like, really good team chemistry and everything.
Speaking on the topic of coaches, you've gone through a couple of program changes here over the past couple of seasons. That team aspect of it, staying together the whole time, has that been true, that kind of glue to keep you guys together, even with the changing parts all around the program?
Yeah, honestly, like, we have been through a lot of coaching changes, but at the end of the day, all the girls know that we have to stick together, and, like, no matter what, like, we all have each other's backs. So, yeah, throughout everything, like, all the girls have just been great at just sticking together.
Focusing at the season at hand once again, what's the end goal for the team this year?
Honestly, like, we always want to make it to the conference tournament, and if we can make it into a regional, like, that would be the best option.
Your history with softball, what's kind of the top softball memory for you of all time?
Oh gosh, that's a hard one. Well, I played for Cal State Fullerton for the year that I was not at Minot, and so, like, I got to experience playing NCAA Division I regionals and got to play top teams like Oklahoma, like, all, like, the big UCLA, like, the big name schools. So that's honestly, like, one of the coolest experiences.
Did you play them in their building, Oklahoma and UCLA?
No, I played Oklahoma at the Mary Nutter tournament, so in Palm Springs, and then I did play at UCLA, though, so that was kind of cool.
When you go into a building like UCLA with a program like that, you know, what's kind of like the thought, like, we're going to take them down today, and we're going to prove ourselves to a program like UCLA? Is that the thought, or is it just like, we're just going to go have fun, play softball, and try to get them in today? Yeah,
honestly, like, it's more like just go out there and have fun, like, at the end of the day, like, they have everything to lose, we have nothing to lose kind of thing, so, yeah.
Here at MSU, what's the mindset this season for you, talking about that kind of, what's going into every game, you know, what's something that you do to get in the zone?
Honestly, like, my thought for this season, like, this is my last year with girls that I've played with for the past 4 or 5 years. And so my thought is every game, like, play it like it's your last. Like, this is my last year with a bunch of those girls, like some of my best friends, people that I've been building relationships with the past 5 years. So that's helped. Like, that's, like, kind of my mindset. Like, this is our last season together. Like, make it the best.
Well, Lauryn, thank you for joining us, and best of luck this season.
Thank you.
That does it for our Inside the Dam podcast, episode 17 of season number 2. One final thank you to Papa John's today. You can search for them online at Papa John's Minot, or call them if you want to place an order. Their number is 701-852-7272. That's 852-PAPA. For Siriana Godinho, Cole Clemente, Jai Owen Patterson, and our great guests that helped make this episode possible, thank you for listening as well, and we hope to see you next week on the Inside the Dam podcast.